Welcome everyone. How's it going? Thanks, John, for the super chat. Just saw that come in before I went live, so much appreciated to that. Happy to do Power Hour today. I was gonna do it regardless because it's a Friday, right? And we always enjoy ourselves on a Friday on this channel. But yeah, what a turnaround day on Tesla. By the way, let me know if my audio is coming in clear, and I will share this link into Discord. 1 second. Let me know if my audio is coming in. Hey Tyler, thank you. Actually, it's loud and clear. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So what a day. I mean, we're up 4% on Tesla. We were up to $715. I mean, here's the thing, right? Is today's signals, it's unexpected to say the least. We were under the 50-day moving average for quite some time, but it looks like big buyers came in today. And Gadge, I did see your chat saying let's check out Flow Algo with some big sweeps. So we'll check out that. Awesome. Thank you, Chris, Sanju, Rob. MKLC, Harry, Michael, Gadge. Yes, Gadge, don't worry. I got you. 4 bad earnings causing rotation into auto. So let's check this out. So let me just hold on 1 sec. I'm just going to post this link into our Discord just so I can tag everyone. By the way, if you want to join our Discord chat room, I saw, who was it this morning? John, welcome to the Discord. I saw that you joined this morning. So let's just see here. I'm just gonna post this link in here. If you want to join us in there, we're talking stock all the time. If that tickles your fancy. Okay, so there we go. Alrighty. So this is window dressing for the big money. Potentially, I mean, window dressing is really a bigger thing. And end of fiscal year, end of quarter. It's not end of quarter. You know what I almost think this is, unless I've missed some headlines today, let me know if I've missed any headlines for the day. But I almost feel like this is from, like, just overall, you'll see, like, Amazon killed earnings last night. Although I'm sweating because I came here from an appointment to run here. Amazon is now flat on the day. Amazon was literally after hours at $3,600. Right? Yesterday it peaked at almost $36.50 and it got sold off today, right? So we're seeing this increasing gap up after earnings, after hours, and then a selling off and a fading off of tech stocks post earnings day, right? Or post earnings call. So I almost feel like money is flowing back into certain names. But if you talk about the 3-day rule, right? And we talk about the 3-day rule. Hey, welcome, man. If we talk about the 3-day rule a little bit, and check out Tesla Fan Insight, good YouTube channel. I like Greg over there. Actually, I should get Greg. He's just so calm and collected, cool, calm, collected. I should get him on the channel. But he talks about the 3-day rule a lot, right? So if earnings came out on Tuesday, technically 3 days before the news can get digested. Before it actually goes into effect with big institutions. The 3-day rules. Yes, exactly. Greg's the man. Yeah. So I mean, we're sitting pretty today. What I would like to see for today is us finishing above 700. If we can finish above 700, technically speaking, anything above 690 is still gravy. If we check out the daily graph on Tesla, and if you watch my videos this week, you'll know I was talking a lot about 690. And that was because that's where our moving averages were converging there. Actually, let me change the style of my cursor to be white so it's a little bit more obvious. 1 second. Cursor, let's change this to white. Okay. So right here, you'll see I talked about those. There's a 25-day and the 50-day moving average converged at 692-ish, right? And yesterday, for the first time, we finished below the 50 not a long time, but some time. So today, us reclaiming the 50 and hopefully closing above, if we can close above 700, 695 is technically the technical number if you care about that enough. But us finishing above that, above 700 is awesome. If we could finish above the 8-day moving average at 715, that would signal even more demand coming into the stock. But something to keep in mind. It's not the end all be all. Again, I mean, technical analysis is just, in lieu of news, in lieu of actual catalysts coming in, technical analysis gives us some sort of a way that we can predict potentially some sort of supply and demand. But it just kind of is what it is. I'm just gonna close my window there. Market makers pushing down for the toots. Okay, so also one thing I'll warn you guys of today is be careful not to jump into potentially lotto calls for today, right? Or even lotto puts, let's say, but especially lotto calls, right? And this could age bad and whatever, and we could go up to $900 like Waka's saying. That'd be awesome. But remember, this is the market maker's game, right? They'll run up the stock on a day and then continue to fade it off and have no move for because Tesla is just lacking volume as of late. Today is not the case, but be careful getting in those shorter term positions. I'm talking from experience. Be careful getting into those shorter term positions at the moment. If you didn't catch my video last time, I made a video on leaps. Check out that video if you're wanting to get into leaps, or if you don't know what leaps are. But buying yourself a lot of time right now might be the better case. But just be careful. Just be careful getting into lotto plays, because Tesla's already up 5%. Probably will finish up 5% on the day. If that's the case, premium is going to be disproportionately on the upside priced in again. So just keep an eye on that. Killing IV is a market maker's play at the moment. Exactly. Welcome, Jan. Market makers will close this under 710 for sure. Just depends if 700 can hold. I'm confident that I'm confident that at the very minimum, we'll probably hold the volume weighted average price, which is sitting at 698. So, but that being said, we're going to find out. So let's bring the good juju. I got some wrinkly ass oranges for today's stream. I'm sorry. Like these oranges, I don't even know where they came. I had no oranges. I was digging around. I was looking through the fridge, just found some wrinkly oranges. I'm not sure if that's bad juju or good juju, but orange raisins. Yeah, exactly. Honestly. So, I mean, that's just who I am. I just work with what I have. I can't do much. Humble beginnings. Language. Oh, sorry. Mark is giving me the orange emoji. Okay, so let's check this out. Let's check out Flow Algo at the moment. Let's check it out. So I haven't logged into Flow Algo today. Well, now I have. So let's check out what we got on Tesla. Okay, so Tesla's predominantly bullish on the call side. Wrinkly oranges. I won't say that, Phil. Okay, so predominantly call sweeps for today. Nothing major. The most aggressive call position we saw was right around 7 a.m. Pacific time. We saw 760 call sweeps for May expiration. A $300,000 bet. Again, they're highlighted because they're the most out of the money play for the day. So they're coming in a little bit hot. We did just get a 680 put sweep for about $1 million. And we got that around, what is this, 2 hours ago? An hour and a half, 2 hours ago. Those are 680 puts when Tesla was at 714. So they timed the top pretty easily. Potentially, they were the ones that were selling. Potentially, they were the ones that actually sold off Tesla stock to where it is at the moment at 701, right? So, and I get a lot of questions on this. Hey, Ashley, you can't really follow big money. Big money loses money all the time. Like, you can't assume, like, what happens? Like, do they keep it to expiration? And I totally agree. Like, I'm not saying any of these specific big money, smart money players are winning every single one of these trades. It's about odds, right? And if we talk about odds, we want the odds in our favor. That's all that this is. And another thing to note is, like, for example, this put sweeper, right? This $1 million put sweeper that came in an hour and a half ago when Tesla was sitting at 714 and bought a bunch of 680 puts for 825. Those puts right now are sitting at, let's take a look. And what expiration were they? They were May 7th expiration. So next week's, they bought 680s puts, which are now selling for $10.25. So let's just say $10. They bought them for $8.25. They're now $10.25. They made $2 per pop, $200 per pop on 1,000 contracts, right? So they made $200,000 on their $900,000 bet within an hour, right? So they probably have already scaled off a lot of that position. There's no way for us to know, right? That these are only sweeps, and these only get known because they come in hot, they come in heavy on the ask, they go through multiple exchanges, certain things that these algorithms use to track that. But when they sell off and they can hide as normal retail because they can sell off 10 here, 10 there on the bid. They can wait on the ask, whatever it is. So Um, we'll make some good juju juice. Exactly. Reese says, on big run-up Fridays, brokerages like Robinhood force customers holding in the money calls to start selling their calls at 3 p.m. Eastern. Right. That's a good point. Yeah, because Robinhood has that mandatory aspect to it, right? Gad says, yeah, check out the TD Ameritrade news section for Tesla. All right. I can't say I've ever used the news section. How about you tell me what news it is? I will go from there because I don't really, well, there's live news here. But I don't know which headline you want me to look at. Just let me know. These option traders are betting against Tesla. Is that the one that you're talking about? Just let me know. Maybe superimpose the real-time stock price as a watermark if that's possible. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to see, hey, but I'll try to, let me just try to move my thinkorswim down a little bit. Hopefully, and let me get rid of my, you guys already know who I am. You guys don't need to know. Okay. Hopefully that is a little bit better. You can see the stock price, and let's move the live people down there. Okay. So we're sitting at 701 at the moment. And in terms of flows, so nothing major, right? So nothing major has come up in terms of flows. If we do our, Sam says, how many times do you check Tesla stock price per day? Probably like at least one is what I'll say. I'm not gonna, there's no way I can count how many times I check. You know what I was thinking about getting, by the way, and I'm not sure if you guys would be into this at all. We should do like a group buy situation or something, but I was looking at getting, and let me just show you what I'm talking about. Let's see here. I was thinking about, and there's no good solution to this, right? Let's see here. In the room, do I believe in technical analysis? Technical analysis is not the end-all be-all. But it's something, and not all technical analysis I believe in either. I think there's a degree of self-fulfilling prophecy when it comes to technical analysis. But in lieu of catalyst, in lieu of news coming out, technical analysis, at least the moving averages at the very minimum, do give us tangible things to look at for support and resistance. Okay, so what I was looking at, and I was trying to find a retail version of this, is you guys see these little like LED panels that give you live stock updates right here? I want to get one in my office, or probably better if I put it up in my room when I wake up, that it ties in to the Wi-Fi and it just gives me live tickers on the wall, because I keep having to pull up my phone, refresh, or go to Interactive Brokers. It's just a pain in the ass, right? So I'm not sure, like they do sell some of these, but maybe I can procure some of this. But essentially it'd be like an LED panel that you can put up in your house, in your office, wherever you want. And it just, again, like a professional trading room, it would just go through tickers like it does on CNBS, right? I don't have a... so, yeah, I'm not sure if that'd be interesting, but I definitely want to do that. That's something I want to do. Side note there. So let's check this out here. Okay, so this is the news. Let's check this out 1 second. All right, Bazinga Pro. These option makers are betting heavy against Tesla stock as a news article out here. I don't have Bazinga Pro. I'm not sure if I can, but I can probably try to Google this. These option traders are betting. These option traders are betting against Tesla. Or you could buy a $300 50-inch TV and put your trading tools on it. That's not bad, but then I'd have to get like a Raspberry Pi and then hook it up to the internet and get some sort of, or like I'd have to hook a computer up to it. But that's true as well, Sylvan. Yeah, that's true. Contact a tech project YouTuber. They could build a custom and get a video too. Yeah, I was thinking if like, I'm not sure how much I'd want to pay for something like that, but if it was like $100 and it was a nice like LED thing, I think they're more expensive than that. But just having it live, wireless, somewhere in your office, I think would be cool. So this is the article sent over. These option traders are betting against Tesla. Okay, Tesla rebounded 5% on Friday following a 12-day consolidation period when the stock fell. Okay, on Friday, market algorithms turned on and purchased Tesla shares following a report that suggests Tesla may produce as many as 1 million electric vehicles this year, which would blow out Wall Street estimates of 800. Guys, we already know this. Like anyone that's as Tesla head knows that this is old news. So okay, so here's what they're saying. At 10:19 a.m., a trader executed a put sweep, represented an 11 million bullish bet for the trader paid 153. Okay, so they're saying at today, they're saying at 10:19 a.m. a trader bought a put sweep above the ask, okay, of 781 Tesla options with 841 strike expiring on May 21st. First of all, I don't see that 11 whatever million. What strike was it? It was 840 strike. I don't see any 840 strike put sweeps or call sweeps for today. I know, by the way, like Tesla 5K is a user in our Discord channel. If you're listening, let me know. You use like some people use Cheddar Flow and black box options and stuff. You guys sometimes get a little bit different data. I don't see that. Also, you have to realize a put sweep at 840 means it's an in the money put sweep, right? It's an in the money put sweep. This is a classic way that you could potentially hedge, right? If you're gonna make a really heavy sized, and then they go ahead and say, this trade represented a $12 million bullish bet. Well, if you're sweeping puts in the money, that's not bullish, right? If you're selling those puts, different story. So right away, I don't get what this thing is saying. Someone want to clear it up if I'm reading it wrong, but it doesn't make any sense. Old news, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So right away, like, you know, they can conglomerate all of these together. A $7 million bearish. So again, they say there's a put sweep. I don't see a $7 million bearish put sweep. I don't see it. So yeah, to me, the credibility of this article is pretty low. It's written by Melanie Schaefer. Bulls charge into Neo and Xpeng. FireEye's option traders see bullish continuation. I'm not sure if she knows or you know, whoever this is writing knows that buying puts in the money is bearish, not bullish. So I'm probably not going to take this unless I'm reading this wrong. Let me know. So let's go back to the stock price. Let's check this out. So looks like we're rallying up a little bit here. So we're sitting at the moment at 705, which is kind of what we've been hugging for quite some time. You'll see the moving averages that I have are all in blue here. So really, for us to really see high of day again, we're going to probably have to break above 706 and hold. 706 is kind of the short-term resistance point at the moment. And nothing, CNBC also confirms this news. Yeah, guys, I'm not sure, you know, unless I read it wrong, let me know if I read it wrong, but just, I don't see it in Flow Algo. So, and we all know CNBC will run with anything, right? Someone writes an article like they ran with all the FUD last week. So, did you see the unusual option that just popped off? Did I miss something? Let's check it out. Okay, let's, I'm back and forth, folks, but you know, this is what live streaming is all about. Okay, so let's check it out. Let's go to a different ticker and then let's go to Tesla. I don't see anything, Troy. Let me know if your system shows something. The latest one is that $900,000 put sweep at when Tesla's at 714. I don't see anything new. Okay, so it looks like we're probably gonna, you know, we have 30 minutes till close. It looks like Tesla, I don't want to jinx it, but good juju ahead. It looks like we're probably gonna close above 700. So really good day in the stock, but be careful again buying lottos for next week. This is next week's ticker option chain. Next week 750 calls are going for $5, 450. It's, yeah, I mean, if they fade off the stock price for a couple of days, like these were going for, let's see how much these 750s for next week were going for this morning. Let's take a look. These 750s were going for in the morning, they were going for $1.30 at open. They hit a high of $8 today, a high of $8 today, this contract, and now they're sitting at $4.75. That's nuts. That's a crazy return. So So keep that in mind. If you're buying this particular call, this 750 call, keep in mind that if Tesla fades off for like on Monday, which by the way, Mondays are historically really good for the stock price, right? I don't hate the pricing for next week. Like looking at this, 750s are four, like they're now $5 just in front of our eyes. They've gone from 450 to 5. I don't hate it, but I just know how crazy the market makers are with Tesla right now. Okay, so it looks like we broke above that 706. This is on the 1 minute, so really take this with a grain of salt in terms of technical analysis here. But it looks like we broke above the certain support lines. Again, our resistance for the day, and this actually stays pretty accurate, I find, is the Thinkorswim's pivot points, and they put the red lines in for me. So the purple line on the bottom, that horizontal one, is the pivot line for the day, and the red ones are made with some sort of equations, and they stay stable for the day. So those are our daily pivot points. So it looks like we're above 706. That's why you saw that specific 750 call go up from 450 to $5 within a second there. And gap up Monday, that's historically been Tesla's thing, right? Is gap out Monday, Friday's super weak. We're seeing a super strong Friday. I'm not sure what that entirely means for the Monday, but yeah. Great interaction. Thank you in the money. Shouldn't we buy for the week after SNL appearance? Mellow Yellow says. Mellow Yellow, I don't know. So if you don't know, Elon Musk is going on SNL on May the 8th. Obviously, Saturday Night Live. So honestly, I don't know what he could say. He had that tweet where he said, let's just see how live SNL really is. I think if anything, he's going to pump sort of like Doge, right? So, but with Tesla, like, I really don't think he's going to be talking about Tesla on SNL, right? So, Siraja the Great Prophet predicts a short squeeze coming soon. Do you buy his prediction? Well, there's no question that he's been pretty accurate in saying what he has said. And actually I was supposed to have him. I totally forgot to DM him back, but I was supposed to message him with a list of questions that potentially we could go over as an interview back in December, but I just totally forgot. But he said on a good earnings report, Tesla could see 900. I mean, we're yet to see that here. What's the next catalyst is my question, right? What's the next catalyst, right? So. Diran, thank you for streaming. Much appreciated. Much appreciated watching. Yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. 360 people. By the way, I want to say just a huge shout out to you guys. We passed 8,000 subscribers last night. I actually was refreshing on my phone a little bit, even though I know these are vanity metrics. It really doesn't matter. But we passed 8,000 subscribers, which is nuts. So huge shout out to you guys for making the community so awesome. Again, without you, this wouldn't be possible. So much appreciated to you guys. 705 on Tesla. What incentive does Elon have to do SNL? I mean, I think a lot of big celebrities have done SNL, right? Like I think Wayne Gretzky has done SNL. Michael Jordan did SNL, I think, back in the day. So like, don't quote me on that one. I'm pretty sure I'm right. But these celebrities will do it as a vanity metric for sure. The same way that I looked at it as my subscriptions. FSD subscriptions will move the meter, says Marco. I think so. So if an FSD subscription is coming out, crossing my fingers, they said May. They said for sure May. I mean, I'm reading in between the lines, but Elon said for sure in the next month. He said that a couple weeks ago. When someone says for sure, you really have to just trust them at that point, right? If you can't trust when someone says for sure, you can't really trust anything they say. And I know Elon time goes, but when he says for sure, I'm going to trust him on that, right? There's nothing wrong with vanity. It's how you know you don't suck. Thanks. So what was I even saying? So, I mean, that's the point is I don't know. FSD subscription is going to come out. The question is in my head, what price does it come out? Does it come out at $150 a month? Does it come out at $200? Does it come out at $300? Let me know what you guys think in the comments of what monthly price will come up for FSD. Again, every time I make an FSD subscription video, I get probably 10 comments of people saying FSD is not ready, level 5 is not here. That's not my point. My point is if they take exactly what they have right now of what they're offering in FSD when you buy right now, which I know is not level 5, which I know is not level 4, and they package what they have at level 2 or whatever it is at the moment, highway driving is exceptionally good right now on FSD, and they just package that. I think they can sell it for $200 a month, right? And Kelsey, even $9.99 will be huge. Well, I mean, technically speaking, yeah, you're right, right? Because the fleet's so big, but that's Spotify pricing right there. Can you imagine paying the same amount for FSD as you do for your Spotify premium membership every month? That'd be hilarious. FSD Vision only will, as driver assist, will blow Wall Street. That's my question in the money is it'll blow me out. Wow, I don't know what I was saying there. It will surprise me. It will surprise me and you as to what's happening, right? We're going to go on YouTube and look at FSD beta version 9, and we're going to be astonished by what we see. But Wall Street, like when I consider Wall Street, I think about like, and this is not, I'm not trying to be ageist or anything, but just think about the older demographics that don't get technology, that don't even believe in EVs at the moment, looking at their YouTube or looking at the FSD videos and just being like, yeah, okay, robo-taxis. I just feel like it's going to take a long time for them to get around it. So, and by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think, cross my fingers, knock on wood, touch black, but I don't think FSD beta has had any accidents up until right now, right? Which, by the way, we were talking about this the other day, and Tyler sent me this article, our moderator, which, by the way, huge shout out to Tyler for modding all the time and doing an amazing job. But Waymo, check this out. Waymo driverless cars were involved in 18 accidents over 20 months. Waymo has had 18 accidents in over 20 months, and they've only driven 6.1 million miles in Phoenix in a geofenced area. Now, all in all, like 18 accidents in 20 months, if we're being honest, that's probably pretty decent. Not sure what the average accident rate is, but that's like good, I guess, right? I'm not sure how terrible that is. But for the fact that Tesla FSD beta has not had one accident yet is mind-blowing compared to this. That's my point. My point isn't to say that 18 over 20 months is amazing, but did you know this? Like, does Wall Street talk about Waymo's driverless cars having 18 accidents? Hey, Sean, thanks for the super chat. FSD will probably lower $199 because Tesla talked about it on earnings, crediting money back to people who bought FSD and switch. There was a line about that, and thanks for the super chat. There was a line that I couldn't actually tell what they were alluding to, but that would potentially make sense. And I think Zachary Kirkhorn said there's going to be some sort of a transitory time where people that had bought FSD switch to subscription, and that totally glossed over my head. But do you really think they're going to want to credit back money to those folks? I'm not sure. But whether they have to, potentially they're going to probably, maybe they're expecting a large portion of people that pay $10K for FSD to complain when their subscription comes out and they're getting their pool of money ready to refund and credit. So potentially that could be a great point. We drive 10 billion miles a year, 10K miles per 1 million cars. Yeah, Kathy Wood has I forget what number she quotes. Someone here probably has it off the top of their tongue. If it is 10 billion, it is 10 billion. Thanks, Griffin. But she says Tesla has X amount of billions of miles driven, right? If it's only $199, no one will prepay. Pre-purchase is more than 4 years of Yeah, you have to believe in robo-taxis for you to prepay, right? That's one accident every 400,000 miles. Thanks, Age. Yeah, so I mean I'm not sure what they define as an accident, a fender bender, or whatever, but in total it says Waymo's vehicles were involved in 18 accidents with a pedestrian, cyclist, driver, or another object, and experienced 29 disengagements. Disengagements are times where human drivers were forced to take control that likely would have otherwise resulted in an accident. So they have human drivers ready to remotely take over your car, which I think is a good backup plan for Tesla to even have in case they get faced with some sort of a weird thing that like some sort of edge case, right? H says that's not safer than the average driver. KV says even if Waymo works, who cares? It's ugly. I think even if Waymo works, who cares? The answer to that is no one cares because it's geofenced and it's radar based, I'm pretty sure, and it's based on routes that are pre-planned. It's not based on generic AI. That's the big problem with Waymo, right? It's not that, and that's the big problem with Waymo, right? If it was a general AI system like Tesla has with Dojo and FSD, that could solve any driving situation. Elon says this, if you drop FSD beta anywhere on the world, they want it to work, right? And not be pre-planned. That's the power. And posted Marco says FSD beta slated for summer EU release as UK allows self-driving cars on motorways. Nice. Okay, so that's beta good. Beta's fine. I mean, subscription is what I care about right now, I guess, as a catalyst. I'm happy that it's coming out in the EU as well, but the EU will be hard. UK will probably be easier, but I'm thinking about those really thin streets in some of those European cities, those ancient cities that you go in, how it's gonna, go around there. But, hey, Josh, welcome. Yashu, do you see Spotify and Twitter coming back anytime soon? Man, honestly, I don't even know what Spotify is at. I forgot. $252 for Spotify. What's it been? Let's check this out. Second here. Oh, I want to analyze. Sorry. Yikes! Wow. Honestly, I don't know. Like they're when we have unprofitable companies, it's tough. Twitter got crushed, right? Twitter got crushed, down 15% on the day. I think the problem these companies have is they're smaller. Like they have huge user bases, but they don't make enough money to survive. But personally, I don't have a opinion or a position on either one of those. I meant to say prepay for more than 4 years. Yeah, there's going to be a sweet spot that they're going to have to come through there for sure. Test plans. In my experience, Tesla makes policy before customers get the product. Warren Reddit covered it. Tesla will beat Waymo on price per mile. Oh, I'm not even worried about Waymo, right? I'm not worried about Waymo for a couple of reasons. One, because they're literally minivans. But two, more importantly, they're although they might look the same of what they're doing to the average eye, the technology behind them is ultra different, right? Teslas are generic AI-based solutions using machine learning and past experiences. Waymo is literally radar-based, I'm pretty sure, and pre-planned routes that are programmed into the car for just Phoenix. They're geofenced, right? So, yeah, driving in English villages can be scary, for sure. Exactly. Just imagine semi-FSD for those ancient European streets. Yeah, for sure. In the money, you make a great point. So I'm really excited about, I'm not sure if you guys are too, about Tesla semi-FSD. Because, truck driving is a huge industry in North America. Obviously, it is around the world. But having FSD, right, when truck drivers, quite literally 90% of their driving is on highways, right? And we know that FSD beta, or FSD right now even, works awesome on highways. If there's a way that truck drivers could, maybe do like a platoon system where there's 3 semis in a row. The first one is convoy head and has a person actually driving it, and then 2 FSD semis behind it that are also trailing goods. And the first one just has a human driver in case something goes rogue, but the ones behind it are fully autonomous. And or maybe there's a mix of truck drivers being able to take naps in the middle of the highway because maybe there's like a semi lane, right, just for FSD. Who knows, right? It's just crazy. The like that will change logistics in North America in terms of shipping times, in terms of cost. Because think about if you can hire less truck drivers, if you can be more reliable, if you can carry more goods per driver. These are all game-changing aspects to our supply chain system, right? H says some good anecdotal advice evidence for you. I know 8 Model 3 owners, including myself, that will all pay $150 a month for FSD and currently do not have it. The $1 trillion question is, do we all get to keep it? Do we all keep it? Age, add me into that list. I'll pay $150 for a month on FSD to see how it's like. Granted, I don't drive very many kilometers, but I'll definitely want to try it out. So add me to that list. Marcus says Waymo is LiDAR based. So it's laser, not radar, which is radar waves. And they've had remote drivers in their tests. Thank you, Marco. KV, does TD Ameritrade sponsor you for using Thinkorswim and teaching it? They should do that. I appreciate that. No, they don't. Yeah, I don't get sponsored. I don't think I've had, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've had one sponsorship on this channel at the moment. Maybe I have some more in the future, but the only way to support the channel really is Patreon and advertising. I guess I advertise, so that's one way to do it. So if you click on ads, I'm not condoning that, but if people click on it, that's how I get paid. Good evening, Yashu. Hey, Johnny. Well, how's it going in Portugal? RV's bullish. RV saying Tesla 1.1 million cars delivered in 2021. Whew, can you imagine that? Talk about short squeeze right there. Convoy, especially in India. James says, did you talk about the potential of Tesla becoming a robotic AI leader? Well, Dojo is crazy, right? And there's a really good interview that Dave Lee did with James Dumo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name right. Awesome interview talking about AI and machine learning. The question I have is, and let me know what you guys think, is what other use cases other than driving can we see Tesla's robotics and AI used for? Like, could it be used for medical lab situations? I'm not sure how. Could it be used for, warehousing? I'm trying to figure out where the other use cases outside of driving might be. Art Trooper, Rob, welcome, Rob. Tesla's partner with Nintendo's, with Nintendo. That brings up a good point, and Tyler actually talks about this all the time, is we haven't even talked about Tesla service-based revenue, Tesla app-based revenue, right? If you look at Apple, a good amount of their net income is based on their service-based revenues, right? And Tesla having an app store eventually and having the ability, like the app store opens up a million new aspects of Teslas that we don't even know what they'll look like right now, right? Man, the future is bright. $180 monthly. Yep. Manufacturing for sure. What specific manufacturing? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's a use case? Pizza delivery. Hey, you know what, Steve? That's a good one. I mean, that's a good one. Autonomous farm vehicles. Okay. And then when he says everything. Boats. You know what? That's a good one. I haven't heard of that one, Waka. That's a good one. Boats. Computer vision associated with associated meaning is the holy grail. Tesla App Store, then Tesla Mobile, game over Apple. Well, I mean, that's any place where people can get hurt semi-often, steel making. So, I mean, that's the thing with, that's the thing also, like, think about having a Tesla, being able to hop in, because right now there's, the food delivery business is huge. Imagine democratizing anything, taxis, DoorDash, and I know it's on your phone right now, but imagine the revenues Tesla could collect if they could transfer that DoorDash or that Uber Eats delivery driver, or that Uber Eats or that Uber driver, or that car share app that can drive people around, and then quite literally plug it into the car, have people download the app on the car, collect money on the monthly internet payment that you have to pay with on Starlink. Right now, I think it's like $13.99 is what I have to pay to get LTE in my car. If they could bump that up, I'm not sure. If they could lower that down, I'm not sure. But that's one source of income right there. Potentially DoorDash will pay, or Uber Eats or Uber, or insert any other new app that I haven't even thought about at the moment, will go into the App Store and collect revenues for Tesla, and Tesla will do a split share on those. Like, imagine that. Like, the possibilities are endless. Best in Tesla did a good video on that and did post that one. Okay. In the money, best Tesla. A good video on Lars is awesome. Be nice. Hey, thanks for subscribing. That's Ryan, I'm pretty sure. Thanks for Ryan. Thanks for subscribing. Guys, if you subscribe, it should show up, but you have to have some sort of like public profile for it to show up. And quite honestly, Streamlabs is hit or miss. So thanks for subscribing regardless. Appreciate that. Starlink and Bitcoin. Green candle. All right, let's talk about the stock price again. We have 10 minutes till close. We are sitting at 705 on a Good Friday day, up 4.3% on the stock price. I mean, I want to say this is an awesome day. We're gonna need a couple more days like this, right, for us to get back at it. Is what I think. So, but regardless, it's good to see the strength coming back into the stock. The volume for the day is sitting at, let's check this out. The volume for the day is currently sitting at 37.5 million. So really good volume. When I say really good, it's about an average day, a little bit above average on the day of volume. So happy with that. Can't complain. The volume, it's been doldrums the whole week. So I'm happy to see that. Yep, good volume too. So yeah, good day on the stock price. Again, happy to see us break past and hold the 690 to end the week. This is the daily graph. So what's our upside targets, right? What's our upside targets, and where's our pivot points, and where's our certain catalysts that we can go for? So right now, our 8-day moving average sits at $715. That's our next. And if we pull up that on our daily, on our 1 minute, we'll see that that's where our resistance line is. Again, this can all be trumped on some sort of catalyst that comes up or some sort of FUD that comes out. But in lieu of that, let's talk about what we got going on. So if and when we break past the supply line of the 8-day, I don't really see much resistance. Our linear regression tells us 840 is our next linear regression if we're to stick to the upside channel. The problem I have with that is we have a bigger resistance before that, which is 800. Anytime we have whole numbers, we're going to have big resistance to it. You can even call the high that we had from a couple weeks ago at 760-ish our next kind of resistance point. So, you know, I'm not going to complain if next week we're up at 760s again. You know, definitely would be happy to see that. On the downside, again, on the downside, our next support would really be around 634, right? And that's something I would look at if today was another consolidation day and or another red day. We would look down to 640, right? 635, which is our 150-day simple moving average, right? Luckily, happily, good juju wise, we did not. Buyers stepped in and decided the stock price was too cheap to be sitting on the sidelines. Some say the 3-day rule. So, you know, good news on that end. Interesting. And a lot of people on Discord were also saying there's some wedge movements happening. You know, I don't do too much wedge analysis, but you know, I guess you could say it's pretty obviously looking that it was going to break up or down, and today apparently was the point. So that's good. So are we chopping next week or moving? My bet is, so we broke above those two moving averages, like I said. If we go back to history and we take a look of when Tesla has broken down and then come back to break above those lines, let's try to analyze that. So here, let me just see if everyone can see. Okay, so down up here in January, we broke past. We didn't come back up, so nothing there. I mean, the one time you could say is on March 31st when we gapped above the 50-day average. We continued to rally up to $780, but we did have a couple of days where we gapped up and sold off, gapped up, sold off, consolidated, and then skyrocketed. So it wasn't a clean pattern. So I guess you could say we probably are going to consolidate for some time. That being said, the last time I'd have to go back this is really far back. This is November of 2020, which feels like an eternity ago. That's when we actually gapped past both 25 and 50 day the last time together. We gapped past it and we ran, and we all know what happened at the S&P inclusion date in January. Amazing portfolio gains in that month, right? In the 3-month span that we had. If only we booked more gains, right? But if you're ultra bull on Tesla TA technical analysis at the moment, you're going to say, hey, the last time we broke past the 25 and 50 day together, we ran for a month. If you're more of a realist, you're going to say, okay, well, back at the end of March, we did gap past I think this is the 25 day actually, the 25-day moving average, and we did rally, but we consolidated a little bit. It wasn't clean action. And you know what? I gotta say, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with today. Seeing that candle, that fat green candle on the daily, past those two moving averages, brings me joy. I'm gonna be a bull about it. I'm gonna say that we rally. But be careful with options pricing premium. If they fade this, if they consolidate this, that could be ugly. Marcelo's saying again, the wedge pattern, the triangle pattern, that's what's following. Yep, potentially. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Hopefully that's helpful. Jan says, I see a big opportunity for AI in recycling. Currently, people, at least in those characters are broken. I'm guessing you're saying Deutschland, Netherlands, and SE are spending time to separate garbage into paper, plastic, metal, glass, and other recycling. Jen, that's a good point. Doesn't that already exist? I'm pretty sure that already exists. The AI bots that can separate that sort of stuff. But definitely would be commendable. With solid Q1 data, institutions can buy with confidence. I think we're going up. You know what? So the only counterpoint I have to that would be Wall Street is expecting chip shortages in the first half of 2021. By the way, it's crazy that we're in 2021, isn't it? Like, it just feels wrong. I'm not sure why, but whatever. Wall Street is expecting chip shortages in the first half of 2021. So keep that in mind with mega buying coming in. And that's what we saw with Ford, right? Ford said, I think they're looking to sell 1.5 million cars this year, less cars this year, because of the chip shortages. So something there you're going to want to have to watch out for. Dollywood in Tennessee does it already with simple units operations, no AI needed. Denmark and Sweden, actually. Okay, born in Denmark, living in Sweden. That's right, Jan. I knew that. I should have known that. I feel ignorant. Okay, so we're rolling back up. 708 at the moment on Tesla. Good, actually a really strong close. We have 4 minutes till close. Really strong close. People were expecting a $700 hold up. It's looking like Tesla has its own mind here. Man, really good close. Let's check out. I'm just gonna pull up to see if there's any news on the day. Okay, S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial average up 9 post-election years in May. May officially marks the beginning of the quote worst 6 months for the Dow Jones and S&P. To wit, sell in May and go away. Our best 6 months switching strategy in 1986 proves that. So everyone is giving us this fight about get out of the stock market in May. What that translates to me, by the way, amazing close on Tesla, 709 almost at the moment. Really awesome. Shorts covering. What that translates to me is when big money tells you, sell in May, go away, that basically says, sell us cheap. Let's get a really low cost basis. Tax season is over. We want to buy back in. Can you retail guys just get out of here? Sell us the shit really low. We want to get in. That's what it translates to me, right? So everyone's feeding us this narrative, and that very well might be the case where every retail person sells out. Man, 710. Hit the like button on this. This is the old time. In the money says this is old times Yashu Power Hour. I haven't even opened my wrinkly. Actually, that's a lie. I kind of opened this one. Amazing Power Hour close today, folks. We have 2 minutes till close. Good juju's coming in. That means get into the market in May. Yeah, exactly. So 7:10, it looks like we're about to close. We got 2 minutes left here. Get rid of the news on the bottom here. There we go. Again, 7:16 is high of day. Don't think we'll get there in the next minute, but seeing us close at 7:10, really strong for Monday. Really strong for Monday. Really strong. So I'm happy with this close. There's no way for us not to be happy today. Up 5% on what seemed like such a boring week, even though we had earnings. The juju is strong today. I ate a slice of oranges. The sun's in my face. Life is good, okay? Life is good again. Bitcoin's going up. up 8% on Bitcoin in the last day. So 750 on Monday, hopefully. Yep. Hey, hit the like. Let's hit $800 by next week. Let's hit 800. Remember, if we hit 800, if we get to 800 again soon here, if and when actually, we will be only $100 away from all-time highs. Only $100 from all-time highs. Guys, it looks like after hours we might get some news here. It's okay. So we're closing here in a minute. 30 seconds. 710. Tesla wants to break 710. Life's good indeed, brother. Cheers. Absolutely. Manuel, welcome. $800 and Yashi will buy the drinks. Oh, absolutely. You guys got to come here to Vancouver. Yeah, I love seeing Tesla go up when S&P and Nasdaq are down. I mean, that's what the last year has been on Tesla. Tesla's been up despite on red days of Nasdaq, and this is a classic Tesla day today. We're only there we go. There's the closing bell. We're only $200 away from all-time highs, and I'm jumping the gun here. Let's do it. What a power hour. What a power hour. What a power day, to be honest. I can't really take credit for power hour, but man, that was a fun way to close out the week. Up at 710. It looks like the 3-day rule applied. It looks like people came back to their senses into Tesla stock a little bit and realized how killer of a year Tesla is about to have. Like, what I don't get is, do people not realize that Tesla grew amazingly in a year where we had coronavirus outages, shortages, buying? Like, it's undoubted that there's less people buying cars in a pandemic recession world than there will be in a post-pandemic recession-free world. Like, just people need to come to their senses, right? Simpler is better when you're investing. Is what I find. Steve says, thanks, brother. Hit that like button. Happy Friday. 3-day rule, 3-second rule. Hui says, old, dry, wrinkly oranges are the key to power hour. You know what? I might have to save this one. I'm just kidding. Great way to end the week. I had someone comment, you got to stop eating oranges on your stream. What other CNBC host do you ever see eating on the panel? I'm like, dude, just leave. Like, this is my channel. If I want to eat, I'll eat. I don't care. I'm not a media host. I'm just a random dude that likes Tesla stock and making money and trading and investing and talking about EVs. That's what we're here for, right? Like, I'm not here to be Shepherd Wolf, you know, or Shepherd Smith. Shepherd Wolf, I don't know who that is. Good way to end the week. Good way to end the week. Hey, welcome, Phil. Really good way to end the week. Let's do our yeah, don't feed the troll. No pun intended. Team Juju. Wolf Blitzer. There we go. Thank you. UBU, thanks for on. Okay, so let's check out, let's do our Twitter run to see if anything happens. The dollar dumps in April as S&P has done something it's never done before. Great. That sucks that the dollar is just crashing. I have a good portion of my cash in US dollars, which is stupid. It's dumb that the Canadian dollar is holding better than the US dollar, but I digress. Gary Black with the savage tweet, up 1.5 Gordons today with the QQ down 80 basis points. Nice surprise. Nice. You're too interesting to be a CNBC host. Much love. Thank you, studio. Meet Kevin with some tweets. Okay, so Gary Black is arguing again. What else is new? Bitcoin net short position falls to newest. Oh, I gotta move my thing. Falls to lowest since early March. Okay, interesting. The Packers with Aaron Rodgers, don't really care. The U.S. stocks extend fall. NASDAQ down 1%. Feels good to be up 5% on Tesla. Vancouver is a great city. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that. I'll take the credit for that. If anyone's moving to Vancouver looking to buy and sell real estate, hit me up. Hudson here retweeting some sort of NFT stuff as usual. What else is new with him and NFTs? NFT gang is just, you know, if you're in NFTs, there's no way that you haven't told me about it. That's what I find. In my social peer group, if someone is into NFTs, they've messaged me about it, right? Like, it's one of those things. Like, if you have a Tesla, everyone knows you have a Tesla, right? It's one of those, not cult, but it's one of those intense groups, right? I'm not into NFTs personally. You know, it's just not my thing, but, you know, maybe it will be. Tesla announces, Warren Redlick says, Tesla announces FSD full self-driving subscription renamed. This is definitely false. Full unassisted driving or FUD. Okay, I see. If you don't have a Tesla, you can get FUD from nearly all media covering Tesla. Ahaha. More short interest. Meet Kevin's live. What else here? A bag of oranges on the way. Yeah, exactly. No kidding. Okay, so Gary Black says likely Tesla catalyst in the next 2 weeks. Number one, NTSB report will show autopilot was not engaged. Is that really a catalyst? I mean, I guess it is, but I mean, we're really reaching if that's our number one catalyst, I think. Number two, Biden 7.5 thousand and 10,000 uncapped EV rebate will be pushed by Schumer and Stabenow, I'm not sure what this governor's name is. FSD subscription plan estimated at $99 a month. Ooh, folks, I'm not happy with the $99 a month personally. If it comes out at $99 a month, that's way too low. But we can disagree with that. And FSD beta version 9 rollout. In my opinion, FSD beta version 9 will be awesome for Tesla bulls and people that are forward thinking enough. But Wall Street will mostly care about their new income. Because remember, whatever they make on FSD is quite literally going to be entirely net income. Very high margins on that, right? Very high margins on that. Okay, and then number four, street fiscal year 2021 volume estimates will keep rising to 900,000. They're now 866. So that's interesting as well. If we pull up, by the way, and I've done this multiple times, and this is why I like full self-driving, and this is why I like the monthly package. And for me, I think monthly full self-driving is the next big catalyst. But if you disagree, that's fine. The argument I hear against full self-driving subscription being a catalyst is that it's not a lot of money, right? It's, give or take a couple $100 million, depending on what the take rate is, what the pricing is. But what you have to remember is that couple $100 million is quite literally straight up net income. It's like getting ZEV credits almost. Neo had a good day as well. Yep, absolutely. Daniel said, I'm moving to Nanaimo. Had enough of Ontario. Nice. Nanaimo's a good city. Okay, so remember, these are the cars in the fleet, right? In certain years, what deliveries will be, right? So let's label this deliveries. In 2021, we know they're going to deliver at least 800,000. Again, we're trying to be conservative, right? We're trying to pretend like we're dumb Wall Street analysts, right? In 2021, they're going to produce 800, and then I have a 50% growth year over year until I think 2027 or 2020, end of 2026, where then they only grow at 30%. So if that's the case, they are going to grow at this rate. Or they're going to grow this much, and these are going to be their deliveries every single year. 800,000, 1.2, 1.8. Again, the biggest risk here is executional, right? Are they actually going to be able to do it is the question. And if you're Tesla bull, you're going to say yes. If you're a Wall Street analyst, you're going to be discounting this heavily. But if Elon says what they do and they grow 50% every year until end of 2026, and then they grow at 30%, by end of 2030, cars in the fleet will be approaching or new cars from 2021 forward in the fleet will be approaching 67 million cars. We know that there's about 1.5 probably million cars in the fleet at the moment. Let's discount it a little bit, and let's say the total eligible cars that could buy monthly full self-driving subscription at 66 million, and Cybertruck too, 66 million by 2030. If 30% of people buy FSD subscription at $250 a month, you could argue with this. Let's say $199 for sake of argument, right? And let's say 30% of all Tesla eligible owners buy FSD subscription. We can argue, and let me know if you disagree with any of this. The monthly recurring revenue is let's round up, $4 billion monthly recurring revenue by 2030. The annual recurring revenue is $47 billion annual recurring revenue. Remember, this is almost entirely margin, right? Every additional software subscription that Tesla downloads for a customer on their car or uploads to a customer on their car doesn't cost them any more in code base. In fact, it actually lowers their cost because over time they're going to get more miles on that FSD. So this is entirely margin, right? But remember, $1 today is not the same as $1 tomorrow. $1 in 2030 is definitely not the same as $1 in 2021. So we're gonna have to discount this after. But if we check this out at a 40 PE, even if we did a 25 PE, right? And PEs are outdated, I get that, but we're gonna have to need it here. That would value FSD subscription as a company, really rough back of the napkin as its title math on this, at over $1 trillion, right? With 960 million, you think 30 is way too high? Okay, we'll adjust that. With 960 million outstanding shares, and we're discounting at 8%. That discounts Tesla into $615, or that discounts FSD worth $615 to Tesla's share price today. You could say it's marginal. You could say it's additional. So if you think 30% is quite high, let's say 20%, and let's be a he who shall not be named, and let's say Tesla will only be able to sell 20% of Tesla owners at $150 a month. Which, by the way, when 2030 comes, it's very likely Tesla has solved full self-driving, fully autonomous cars level 5, if not asymptotically approaching that. So for them charging $150 a month for something that we know is going to be exponentially better in 2030 is outrageous. But we're going to use it for this example, right? And again, this doesn't account for any share dilution as well. You know, I get that, absolutely. So okay, $150 a month for FSD subscription. Again, total cars in the fleet is low. This could actually be 2 million cars higher, but I'm putting it at 66 million by 2030. FSD take rate, again, I'm putting this because you guys are saying 30% is too high. Let's put it at 20%. Only 1 out of 5 Tesla customers buy or are subscribed to this at any given time at $150 a month. Okay, that gives us annual recurring revenue of let's round up, $24 billion of annual recurring revenue, of which is pretty much entirely, like I said, 90% margin. Okay, at a PE of 25, that values FSD today at $600 billion of market cap, at 960 million outstanding shares, which I know this is going to be diluted. We could probably increase this. And an 8% discount rate. 8% is quite high. Like, come on, that's a very high discount rate I'm giving. That values FSD today at $300 more per month, or $300 more on the share price, right? I think this is quite the bear scenario, because I think by 2030, it's very likely Tesla has solved full self-driving, at which point there's no way they're charging $150 per month. I think they might have tiers, right? If you're a retail person that's just looking for navigate on autopilot, maybe you pay $99 a month. If you're a robotaxi fleet operator, maybe you charge a couple $1,000 a month, $1,000 per month, $500 per month. Like, there's going to be different tiers to this. But if we only assumed $150 a month as their average tiered subscription price, and only 1 out of 5 Tesla owners actually subscribing to this, this is huge on their bottom line. Why'd you get one free? Ron says FSD subscriptions will at least replace the tax credit income from other OEMs, and that's the short term. Long term, exponentially, this will be the most useful counterpoint to he who shall not be named. Exactly. Thank you, Ron, for reiterating that. That's exactly what I'm saying. Is if the market is discounting Tesla based on ZEV credit recognition, just wait, because when FSD comes out, the market will go, oh, wait a second, Tesla actually knows what they were doing. They know that as soon as ZEV credits were going to be phased out, they were going to release this monthly subscription. Like, that's what Tesla's doing, is buying themselves enough time where they know that ZEV credits are going to run out, so they buy themselves enough time to make this the best subscription that they possibly can before that happens. I live in Vancouver. I didn't get FST because I don't know how long it'll take from Canada to adopt and make it legal without touching the wheel. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's legal right now, but if you're driving on the highway and it's you driving, man, like, having FST, if I'm going for a road trip in the summer and I want to drive 6 or 7 hours somewhere, if I can pay $150 a month to just have navigate on autopilot on the highway for 6 hours straight, making the exits for me, sticking in lanes, switching lanes, if someone's tailgating me, moving, if someone is really slow ahead of me, going around, guys, I like driving, that's fine. But just having, like, if you've driven autopilot even before on the highway, you know how mentally freeing it is to drive when you have autopilot engaged. It's just a lot easier to drive. It will be a pile of money, absolutely. Steve says they can do a share buyback utilizing Doge. If Josh says if it's actual level 5 and 30% might be too low. Exactly. Exactly. Wouldn't you take 10 or 20 hours of a life for your week for $200 a month? Exactly. Exactly. And not only that, but then you can rent it out in the Tesla fleet, right? I'm sure this is a repeat question, but can you tell me if you think we're moving up or down next week? I'm just taking a lunch break in Canada. I have no idea. Like I said, I think today's price action indicates that we should be bullish for next week, but to be determined on the FUD, right? Let's see here, pay as you go. I don't know. There's been that pay per mile thing thrown out a little bit. I'm not sure if I like that model, just because that disincentivizes people to drive. And in a scenario where you're trying to accumulate as many miles driven as possible, you're disincentivizing people to drive. It's kind of like gas almost, right? Like, people don't want to go out and go for joyrides often because they're why do you waste gas, right? I think Tesla wants to be careful of that. Stu says autopilot was life changing for me. Absolutely, especially highway driving. What would you do on the highway while FSD is driving for you? I don't know. Play on the App Store. I don't know. Nothing. I'd be strictly paying attention to the road. On the record, your 25x for recurrent revenue is too low. Oh, these are all, in my opinion, these are too low. This is what I think. Okay, and I could be totally wrong on this. I think $299 is a good price for FST monthly, just because if you think about it, $299 a month per year times by, I think, 3 years gets you to 10 grand, right? Over 10 grand. If you're buying FSD right now, would it make sense for you to buy FSD at 10 grand if you can just buy something at $299? Like, at $299 or more is when you're like, okay, I'll just buy it outright. If Tesla comes out with like a $99 per month model, they've just cannibalized all of their upfront sales on FSD, in my opinion. And maybe that's gonna be their plan. Who knows, right? That's why I think $299 is like, if we're being a conservative bull on this, let's say $250. Cars in the fleet are low, right? But I'm gonna stick with that. I think FSD take rate will be a 33%. I think 1 out of 3 Tesla owners, let's go to 30. I think 1 out of 30% Tesla owners will subscribe to this at any given time, right? That doesn't mean that you have it and you have it for a year and then 70% of people don't. Remember, 30% take rate is 30 out of 100 people at any given time are buying this, right? And that's okay if I only subscribe for a month and then I unsubscribe and then I resubscribe. That's not the point. That gives us an annual recurring revenue of about $59.5 billion in 2030. A PE of 25 is low, I agree. If we move it up to 30, we move to a market cap of FSD worth $1.8 billion or trillion dollars. And again, that's worth to the share price today at $920. The biggest argument that I have against my own analysis here is that FSD as a company doesn't live independent of Tesla, right? FSD exists as a unit because of Tesla carrying all the overhead. So you could argue you could argue me valuing FSD at a market cap level is kind of disingenuous because I'm offering 90% net margins on something only because Tesla exists. But the purpose of the exercise is to see how much of FSD may or may not be priced in the stock. And with these conservative bull numbers, Tesla FSD today discounted at 8%, which you could argue should be discounted higher or lower. If I do 8%, which I think most people will probably be happy with, discounted share price of FSD today is $928. So yeah, there we go. I mean, I'm not sure if it's because I love software business models or that I know the market loves software business models, but I'm highly bullish on this software revenue coming in on Tesla. So yeah. Do I have this on Google Docs somewhere? I don't, but I could probably share this. I can probably try to find out how to share this, and I'll leave it in the description later. I might have to make it so no one can change the other variables, but yeah, never done that. So yeah, there's lots of things here, folks. Lots of things to do, lots of things to look at. This has nothing to do with service, app store, app revenue models. A lot of things that we can talk about. Tesla is soaring into after hours as well. I mean, relatively speaking, we're at $710. really, really strong close today, folks, on Tesla. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for bringing the good juju. It's 20 minutes past 1 p.m. here Pacific time. Have an awesome weekend. Have an awesome Friday. On your way out, if you want to hit the subscribe, would appreciate that. If you want to hit the like, appreciate that. Leave me a comment. I love hanging out with y'all. Join us on Discord if you want. It's in the pinned comment is the Patreon link if you want to join us on Discord. A really strong way to end the week, despite everything that's happening. So much love to everyone, every single one of you guys, whether you come for 5 minutes or an hour or 2 hours or the whole thing. May the juju be with you. Thank you, Harris. Thanks for modding, Tyler. Again, much appreciated to you. I'll see you guys next week. Depending on what happens, depending on how my schedule looks for appointments, I might be going live more often, I think next week than I did this week. So we'll keep that in mind. Gonzalo, thank you. Have a great weekend as well. Thanks, everyone. Waka, Martin, Francois, RV, Marco, as usual, Ron, Steve. All right. Can't name every one of you. DJ, thanks. Okay. Take care, guys. Peace. See you next week.